You've heard the saying, you are what you eat. Well, we're going to prove it to you today. And with me is Teri Sewell, who is a provider in the Udefine Wellness Network. And she has some great stuff lined up for us, it looks like, because she's in the kitchen. She's cooking something for us. Teri, it's all yours.
I would love to say that I'm going to cook for you today, but I'm just in my kitchen because I'm comfortable. But this is where I love to be. So my name is Teri Sewell. I'm excited that you all are here. And if you're watching this, you're probably curious about what it means when I say you are what you eat. So first of all, for me, nutrition is a huge passion. I think someone that knew me when I was a little child, I said, I can't believe I can see you doing this, because I was always kind of into those type of things. So your life will turn out completely different when you are eating well and understand the food that you put in your mouth. And I believe that the food that we eat changes everything. So how is it that you are what you eat, where your food gets into your stomach and it gets digested and it gets absorbed into our blood, and our blood creates our cells, our tissues, our organs, and even our thoughts. So we'll think differently when we eat meat than when we eat broccoli. We'll feel differently when we drink coffee or alcohol or when we eat sugar. And I know we've all experienced those type of things. So I want to give, my whole thing is giving people a chance to get a handle on what they eat and what they drink, and then to create healthy lifestyle, sustainable choices, and just kind of understand what's going on with their food. Well, I am a culinary nutrition expert and educator. I went to the Academy of Culinary Nutrition, and that's it's amazing thing, because I've always wanted to study natural food chef, but I didn't want to be a chef like in a restaurant. So when I found this school, it was amazing for me to experience that. And then I went to health coaching school at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. So my mission is always about empowering people to improve their lives through information. That's the education part, food and lifestyle. So, all right. So I created a company called Love Your Healthy Life. And that was because health for me is integrative. It's really more just the nutrition. It's about other things. It's about how you think, what you do, your movement. We talked about earlier in another recording. So, so a lot of us believe that we have a healthy diet, but we're still suffering from what I call 5 problem areas. One is that we're struggling with weight. We're either tired all the time, we have digestive disorders, or we're dealing with maybe PMS or other hormonal issues, or that we're dealing with a lot of stress. So stress comes and goes. Some of these things comes and goes, but some of them are pretty normal, and we think it's normal. But I believe that good nutrition is an important influences on our health. So I love to talk about the nutrition part. So these are some of the problems that a lot of us are dealing with. And if you feel like you tried a lot of diets and you're still struggling, that's something that I can help you with. My signature programs are the Art of Aging and then Pure. So my goal is to help you transform to a plant-based diet. Now, I've been everything. I was a vegetarian when I was in college. I've been what I call a superfoodist. I love the superfoods. I just started studying this stuff. This is just what I do. I'm kind of a nerd about it. And I really took on the superfoods, and that really helped me with my hormonal issues at the time I was perimenopause, I think that's what they call it. And then when I was younger, my background, I'm from the Midwest. I have a Southern background because my grandparents were from the South. So I kind of ate like the standard American diet with a Southern influence. But, I had all these issues with my digestion. I had issues maybe with headaches. Then one day, when I was going through perimenopause, I started getting sinus issues. And I think that lasted for 18 months. It was a long time. But I started really taking seriously what nutrition that I was putting in my diet. And I think I was ahead of the game because I was already into it. But I just started really adding all these things, like the being a superfoodist. I think they used to call us flexitarians at the time. And then when I was in health coaching school, my personal health coach said, you have to give up dairy. So I gave up dairy and I got rid of everything. I got rid of bloating. I can be full. I can be totally full, but I seriously think that I haven't been bloated since I've given up dairy. So like I said, your life turns out completely different when you are eating well. So I want to start with some very simple eating tips. Number one, go for variety in your diet. So how I do this, and I think you'll appreciate it, is you probably heard this before, eat the rainbow. So I try to have red, and when I'm working with my clients, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, all of those things in my diet. And so here's my kale. This is a purple kale. So when I don't know how to get purple in my diet besides the eggplant, the purple kale, and the purple cabbage. So, but I always have purple somewhere in my diet. And I want to show you red, orange, and yellow peppers. So I don't think I did that before. I was always just eating like the green peppers. And I'm so appreciative that a lot of the recipes that I'm teaching, we're using some of these colors all the time. So number 2 tip is to go for variety in your diet. And like I said, eating the rainbow is one thing. When I first started, and how I teach my clients, I says, add more leafy greens. You want to have as many leafy greens every meal. And I think that's how I think the green smoothie started, because, well, you're going to have green in your breakfast, then a smoothie is very easy. So my key signature workshop that I teach, and I can teach anyone in groups or personally, is my green smoothie workshop. And that's a really good workshop because it teaches you how to use lots of different things. All right, so want to go for a variety in your diet. It's a way to deliver more nutrients and make you feel more satisfied. Another formula that I teach is called G-Bombs. Now, I didn't really think of G-Bombs myself. There's a guy out there he's a health guru, a doctor called Dr. Furman, and he created the G-Bombs. And I really love that acronym. It's a good way to remember to eat nutritional foods. Now, he's recommending, and I totally recommend it, and I have experimented on a cruise. So I was on a cruise, and basically I ate this way the whole time. And so G sounds for greens. Greens are high in your micronutrients, your vitamins and minerals. B is for beans. Beans are a healthy carbohydrate, and it contains a high level of fiber and protein. So that's then your onions, and you have a big onion family out there that includes leeks, garlic, chives, shallots, and scallions. So there's no way that your food can't be tasty using all these things. The M is for mushrooms. Mushrooms are amazing for your body. And then B is for berries, and S is for seeds. So when I was on a cruise, and this is the one that I teach in all my workshops more than anything, is the G-bomb formula, is that people would come up to me and they said, "You're really eating healthy." I says, "Well, I turn it in every vacation into an opportunity to be like a spa experience. And for me, a spa experience is eating healthy, et cetera, et cetera." So, all right. So the next tip I would have is to eat organically grown food where available. So years ago, when I first started eating organically, it was like, okay, I really need to do this. And so I started, but you wouldn't see that many organic products on the shelf like you do now. Now the organic shelf is almost as big as the just regular fruits and vegetables. So why eat organic vegetables? I would say just to support the farmers market, but the main reason is because your foods, if they're not organic, are full of pesticides and chemicals. And like I said, you are what you eat, so you don't want to ingest pesticides and chemicals in your body. And this is really going to be a big deal. So, all right, so the next tip is to use whole grains instead of refined processed grains, brown rice instead of white. All of these things are falling into the category of what I call good foods. And if I have time, I'll go through that. But one of my first whole grains that I got recommended was quinoa. Now, didn't like it at first. I was like, okay, I'm not doing this, type of not liking it. But I really learned to use this, and I probably cook this every week at some point of the week. The quinoa is the mother grain, and it's a very ancient grain, and it's full of protein, and it's just a good substitute for adding to soup, salads, and even smoothies. So, but I can do anything with a smoothie. All right, the next tip is to take a break from wheat wherever possible. The wheat that we have in our diet today is very refined normally. So you want to start thinking, when you think wheat, whole grain or wheat product, and start introducing the other grains such as barley, the spelt, the millet, the amaranth. And we already talked about quinoa and then rye. So it takes a little bit of work if you're not used to it, because a lot of us have gotten away from the practice. We might have grown up in a place where you ate whole grains, but not everybody has. So eat fresh vegetables every day. So one of the things I say is to eat your leafy greens. Your leafy greens are easy to add, but some of them are very powerful taste. So when I first started, I was really just eating spinach. So start wherever you start. I can put any leafy green in a soup, salad, or any dish or smoothie. And I say to average about 4 cups of leafy greens a day. That's just going to give you all the vitamins and minerals. And if you can get more leafy greens in every meal, that's my main recommendation. And the first conversation I'm going to have with any of my clients is about eating your leafy greens. So right now I'm really into kale. Like I choose kale over everything. But I try them all and I'll keep going. So do I have only 33 seconds? All right. So use unrefined salt and I just want to tell you, I definitely believe you are what you eat, but I also believe that nutrition is a major part of your life and that food changes everything. So make a commitment to eat well and to understand your food and to have a game plan for success. Is that it?
Way to wrap it up. You know, you've covered so much information. I think that this we can go into deep
Lots of
dive
things.
segments of it over time. So we're going to need to do that and plan on that. But Teri, thank you so much for sharing that. Do you have an initial consultation, introductory offer, or something that you want to announce today?
Oh, yeah, you can find me on Facebook. But I do have initial consultation. I call it the Feel Good, Well Good, Feel Good, Look Good Wellness Consultation. Is averaging 30 to 45 minutes and it's free. But if you want to find me, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on your website.
Yes, yes.
I am creating a website called Love Your Healthy Life. That's LUV, Your Healthy Life. But it's still,
Yep. In the meantime, you can be found on the youdefinewellness.com website in the Wellness Center just by searching for your name or Loving Your Healthy Life. Either way, you're going to find people.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Teri.
Here.
Thank you, Teri, for being here today and sharing your knowledge with us.